All right, let's take a look. The first question we have is digital consulting a technical job or not? Yes, the answer is yes. Digital consulting is really, really broad. What is up, friends? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Hamza. In this video, I'm going to be answering a lot of questions I've been getting on my channel. If this is your first time here, I talk about IT consulting. I'm based out of the United States. Let's talk about what digital consulting is. One example I have up here is through McKinsey Digital. They are a pretty big consulting company. And if you just read their website, they'll talk about all the different things they're doing with data, artificial intelligence, modernize core technology. They're also talking about automation and optimization. So all of this is related to technical stuff. This is a very technical job. So as you're watching this, make sure you also leave your questions down in the comments below, and I will be able to answer those questions too. The next question I have up here is through my video, what is IT consulting? Inside IT consulting job, how will be question and answer? I'm not entirely sure what that means, but if you are asking about interview questions, then that's really going to depend on the type of IT consulting role you're applying for. For example, let's say we just looked at one of the digital consulting kind of roles. And if the job you're applying for in IT consulting is related to artificial intelligence, then your interview questions are going to be very catered around the data science type of thing. What stuff have you implemented before? What kind of AI technologies have you worked with? And what are the different types of models? But if you are working with a cloud computing technology, then your questions are going to be totally different really and around that. One of the types of core questions you'll be asked, a consultant really helps the clients accomplish their tasks. They help them solve problems. The types of questions you'll be asked is like, how do you do that? How do you gather requirements? How do you understand the client? How do you understand what they need to accomplish? And I have some videos on that, the types of things we do in different functional roles, and as well as what IT consultants do. So I'll link them in the description, so make sure you check them out. The next question I have here is on my video, IT Consulting Explained. This is where I go a little bit deeper into describing how the different types of IT consulting roles there are. So the question is there a hierarchy to all of this type of IT consulting stuff? So like, do you report up to someone else, or is one type of IT consulting higher than the other ones? And I would say yes, sort of. A lot of times when we're first starting out, we'll be doing roles like the day-to-day function. So typically in an organization, you're going to be working with other business users. You're going to be helping with their day-to-day kind of stuff. Maybe it's data analysis, or is how do you help them build an application. So it's going to be more day-to-day kind of roles, and maybe smaller applications you're helping them build and gather requirements for, or you're coding, depending on your role. But as you get more experience in your role, then a lot of times consulting companies will ask you to provide a little bit more of advisory types of roles. Then in that case, you'll be helping other businesses, other clients figure out their strategies. So they might not have a certain application right now. They think they have a vision on how they want to move to the cloud, for example. So an IT advisory practice is going to help listen to what the client needs. What kind of existing systems they have right now? How much money do they want to spend? What's their budget? And what constraints they might have in place? So they're going to know all of this stuff, and they're going to be able to look at it together, and then they'll be able to help them out. Now, someone who doesn't have that much experience clearly cannot provide that level of information. You're helping companies with millions of dollars of decisions. So it's not something light. You have to be experienced. And so in some ways, yes, there is a hierarchy of types of IT consulting. However, it doesn't necessarily mean one is better than the other, or one is reporting to the other. It's just different. So definitely check that out if you're interested in learning about that. Hey friends, if you're getting value out of this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And hey, keep on being awesome.